K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming toward Santa Cruz in the Bay Area, K6MYC 222 Bozo.
711 K6MI.
Hey, and you're clean as a whistle, John.
Yeah, I have to switch the other bands over to this radio. At any rate, heard you in there.
Yeah, thanks. Good evening to you. Are you going to try and see if you can catch Ralph in a little while?
At 7:45, I'll give it a try.
Okay. Don't forget to tell me if you worked him or not.
Okay.
And I hope you had a good Easter over there. I'm beaming over towards Santa Cruz, waiting for KW6S or anybody else to come on over there in the Bay Area. We'll probably hear Fred. KD6S okay. I'm close to heading that might work for him.
Hey, good evening, Mike. KD6S okay?
There he is. There's KD6S okay as we speak. It's the man. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Mike. It's a beautiful day up here. Gosh, it was sunny all day. Light breeze. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we had a pretty nice day, too. Here, never quite warmed up to what they said. They said it might be up to 72 today, but I'm pretty darn sure it never got to be 72. It was nice, but it wasn't any 72 out here. If you stood in the sun and out of the wind and out of the breeze, you might be able to get that way. Anyway, I hope you had a good weekend there through your Easter weekend there. It was busy here for Saturday and Sunday as we had half of the family and all the grandkids and the great-grandkids over here. Over.
Oh, that's very good. Well, yeah, happy belated Easter. So, yeah, it was a pretty quiet day here. I took it real easy, and I didn't do anything. Just contemplated Easter.
Well, I guess that's better than contemplating your navel.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the past and kind of thinking about how things are today.
Anything new on your schedule? Are you planning anything for the next couple of weeks? I know you're not probably coming down to the Visalia DX convention because you're not a big HF DXer, but anything else planned over?
In the next few weeks, not really. This project I'm working on for a German company, we'll see how it ends, and then I'm going to take some time off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, so I don't have any plans to travel in the next few weeks anyway.
Well, you working on you're working for a company that's being run by a Chinese, but you're working on a German company as an acquisition. Is that it?
Well, we're helping this German company with robotic computers that drive robots and that kind of thing.
I see, and a joined technology or something?
Exactly. So we're coming up with computers that help them run, like assembly lines and that kind of thing.
Yeah, QSL. Okay, very good. Well, good luck with that, and then good luck with finishing the project, and hopefully you can take a week off or something and do something exciting. Anyway, good to hear you. I don't know who else might be in here. Let's take a standby and see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area that's alive and well. I'm kind of shading the antenna a little bit toward KW6S. So, Tom, if you're there, come on in. K6MYC and the group 222 Bozo.
WB6JN.
Okay, and I hear you. I'm pointed pretty much at you, Jim. WB6JNN, good to hear you. It was good, solid signals from you last night as well, over.
Yeah, you're 5'8", and the noise level is about an S1, so it depends on which preamp I use, the one in the radio or the one on the amplifier. The amplifier wins.
Okay, you mean it's got a little better noise figure?
A little more gain, apparently, and better noise figure. Yeah, it seems to be in both cases. Probably just means there's some loss in the relay coming through when you're not using the preamp. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. I just turned the preamp on this radio. I think I turned it on. Didn't hear much change. Didn't hurt anything, but didn't help anything either, so I'll just leave it on. As long as I'm not crushing things. I guess streaming is up and running. I see it on my screen here, but I can't see it very well. Anyway, there is a possibility that we may not have any screening, live screening on Thursday, as one of the guys is going to be out of town, but we're going to try and get Frank up to speed on how to start the system. Frank being W6BBS, he has access into my computers and for helping me with my stuff, and he's also diddled around a little bit with the live stream. So when I talk to him tomorrow, I'll get him up to speed on that, see if he wants to try it. Otherwise, we won't be live streaming Thursday on 1296, I mean on 432, but I think it'll probably come on. We'll probably be doing it just like normal, but a little shift in who's pulling handles, so to speak. Who else do we have in here? K6MYC aiming toward the Bay Area more or less, but listening for KW6S as well. Over.
KW6KLY.
K6KLY with another voice behind you. Good evening, Russ. Good signal. Good to hear you. Hopefully you had a good weekend there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And you go in tomorrow and find out when they're going to operate on me. So tomorrow's a big day. But yeah, the weekend was great, and I'll try and check in on 6 meters later tonight. Over.
Yeah, okay. I thought they had already set the date that you were going to have that heart repair.
No, that was the first. That was the first surgery. Now I got to go in for the second one. The second one is the big one. Over.
Oh, I see. So tell me again, what did they do the first time, and what are they going to do the next time?
Well, they went up in through my groin into my heart and took a look at everything and said I'm as clean as a bell, maybe too clean. And tomorrow, the next one, they're going to replace one of the valves on the output of the heart. Over.
Oh, okay. Replace it? They're not just going to try and repair it or rebuild it. They're going to replace it, huh?
Well, that's what I understand, but I'll know more tomorrow.
Okay. They give you a chance to pick your pig, huh? They use pig heart valves, I think, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get. Over.
Okay. Very good. Well, make friends with the pig first, and then make sure he's going to make good ham sandwiches.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you on 6 meters.
Yeah, we'll see you on 6, Russ. Thanks. Good signal. K6KLY 111. K6MYC Bozo Net listening, and there was another station that checked in, but I didn't hear you underneath, Russ. Go ahead.
KW6S.
Oh, there you are. KW6S. Good evening, Tom. Hopefully all's well with you. We did not hear... Let's see, did we hear you last night? I can't remember now. I'm trying to remember whether we had you, and I know Lee was not in here last night, but I guess you were, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I did the contest, and after the contest, my sister came for dinner, and so we didn't get things wrapped up till about 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
Well, that does happen, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't think you were in there, but I wasn't sure. We did listen for you quite a few times while we were poking around in the Bay Area there. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. And pretty good signals over here. I bumped the antenna a little bit more your way. Signals don't seem to be very, very defined tonight in terms of direction. They're like the signals are dispersed and diffused a little bit, but still plenty good copy. Anyway, it was a nice day over here. It didn't quite get up to 72 that they predicted. At least I don't think it did, but maybe it did for a minute. But every time I turned around, I had a little shade on me and a little cool breeze coming through, and it sure as hell didn't feel like 72. Over.
Yeah, it probably, I don't know about 72, but I think it probably hit 70 here today pretty easily. And I've got some grapevines along the fence that are pretty well out of control, and I was pruning those back today. I kind of hacked them back earlier in the year, and I actually did the pruning today. And so did that and worked on some antenna stuff, and did some work around the yard, and just generally enjoyed a really nice day.
Well, that's good. I did something totally different that I haven't done for years. I was weed eating today. Not weed eating. I was pulling weeds in the in the yard, landscaping. Filled another couple of barrels full of weeds over.
Yeah, well, you've been at that for a while.
Well, it's a never-ending thing, but I think it's going to slow up now. The leaves have all fallen off the oak trees. The new leaves are out and blooming, along with the oak flowers that make the acorns. It's kind of a little fuzzy thing. It's you wouldn't even know it as a flower, but it is. I'm seeing residue in the pool and places like that. And then underneath the redwood trees, there's always a lot of stuff that's fallen, and I hadn't. We've had 3 or 4 little windstorms, not major, but wind enough to knock the branches down. And I hadn't raked underneath that south side of the yard. I've got 4 redwoods in a row there, and boy, I poked up two full barrels of stuff just out of that little area. But it's all cleaned up now, and I think I've got the yard pretty well knocked into shape. I keep finding a new redwood tree every now and then, and it turns out those redwoods are thistles, but they look like redwoods. They're growing so fast over.
Yeah, well, you know, a redwood will grow pretty fast. Mine, they planted little sticks in the ground, probably in about 1980 or so, and now they're probably 80 feet tall, and I let one get away from me in the backyard. I just sort of ignored it, and it was just kind of growing up next to the walkway. The next thing I know, it's like 6 inches in diameter, and it's kind of a chore to get out of there.
Oh, I'll be darned. Yeah, mine I planted in 2001. I planted half a dozen, more than that, I guess, closer to 10 redwoods. 4 of them on the south side of the yard here. And they were, 2 feet high, and now they're 55, 60 feet high. Boy, they do grow, and they're beautiful. But they do drop the continual droppings. And it's not big, bad stuff, but it burns quickly. It's easy to deal with, but it is a continual little thing that you have to pick up. All right, well, let's see. We'll get on with it, and we'll look for you maybe in a few minutes later on 6. We'll probably come around to you a little later in the evening. Probably closer to 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I would guess. 9 o'clock maybe, as we start to 6 meters up in the Nevada direction first here. Over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 9 o'clock. I've got some other stuff I'll need to do, but I'll jump off and get that, try to get that done, and get back in here and do the finale of the evening with you on 6 meters. In the contest, I did work N6RO under a slightly different call, and he recognized me from my call from the Bozo Net, so that was kind of fun. A6NYC, KW6S.
Yeah, well, the N6RO team took top in the nation. They about 3rd worldwide overall in the contest, but they had 7,800 contacts just on 20 meters. I think that's what I heard last night from Ken. So they had a really successful weekend from the standpoint of contesting, but they had a very poor time with respect to broken stuff. I was always failing. They lost an antenna and blah, blah, blah. So they had continued trouble through the weekend, but they juggled the balls and still came out on top. Over.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Yeah, and at some point, if you're working stations that you can possibly get to and working as fast as you can, having twice that many doesn't help a lot.
Yeah, I had one operator that really piled up the score. He was just doing wonderful. I think it's WA3EST. I think that's the guy's call that they used, and it was just phenomenal. I just had a cat climb on me, so I'm going to be hampered here a little bit. She's been very lonely. She was ostracized to the barn for the weekend by her own choice, of course, because the dogs were here and we had a whole house full of people, and that just scares the crap out of the cats. So they went to the barn, and but I fed them out there, and they were happy, I guess, that I fed them. But she's now very, very happy to be back and being able to climb on her daddy's chest without any other interruptions here. So she's making the best of it today here. All right. Thanks, Tom. We'll see you around 9 o'clock. If you don't have the time, if you can check in with anybody you hear, that would be helpful, and then we'll get your check-in by remote. No sweat. KW6S, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
Very good there, Mike. K6MYC, KW6S. Till later.
Okay, let me bump the antenna back into the Bay Area again. There we go. More up toward W6PQL and whoever. Who else do we have here on 222? K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
Yeah, hello there. W6PQL. I heard that in here also.
Okay, very good. Good evening. How was your weekend? I'm sure when we talked to you last night, you sound like you had a pretty good time. And weather was good here again today. Not as warm as I thought it might be, but it still was pretty good. I didn't have to stop at all for rain showers. W6PQL in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, no, we had pretty good weather here today. It was in the mid to high 70s. I've got a thermometer that was probably in the sun. It said 79 when it registered the high for today. When I was driving around in the car this afternoon, it said 75, so it's somewhere in there. But we're expecting pretty much the same thing tomorrow. It looks like the forecast is pretty much the same. And Wednesday, I may miss the net Wednesday evening. My daughter-in-law's father passed, and we'll be attending that funeral. I'm not sure whether we're going to get back in time. That's in Vacaville, so we'll see how it goes. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess that must have been a few days ago. So and it's usually almost a week before they have funerals now after losing people. I think they have found better ways to store them for a few days while the family gets their act together. Anyway, good luck with that, and we see you. W6PQL, K6MYC. We'll see you on 6 in a little bit, K6MYC. How about you, Ed?
Oh, very good. Yeah, so I had my colonoscopy today, and it was all good. No polyps. Come back in 10 years. So I'll just use this as a reminder. Anybody over age 45, you really should get a colonoscopy because, colon cancer is not good. So you can screen for it. So that's my tip for the day. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay. I think most of the people in the Bay Area and listening here on this net would know about colonoscopies. It's a fairly common thing. And the last time I was in, I got great news. They didn't find anything. They couldn't find anything. They couldn't even find any brains when they got all the way up to the top end. So they said, well, you're in good shape. Go home and never come back. So that was a good sign. Over.
Yeah, well, my brains were right near the entry.
Well, you're one of those guys with rectal cranial inversion, is it?
Yeah. So they had to cut my head open.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, good. Never ends, does it? Colonoscopies. Well, I'm glad everything came out okay, and you're healthy and don't have to be looked at it. What do you say? 10 years? That's a pretty good span.
Yeah, that's about the best. First one I was 10 years. The second one I didn't prep very well a year ago, and so I had to. He wanted me to come back in a year, so I prepped really well, as you heard on the net last night. And then, yeah, so everybody do it. There you go. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, very good. I hear people down the bend splattering. Hopefully that's Ken, WA6OIB. He's probably working Ralph. He'll be back in here in a few minutes. Okay. Very good. Good, thanks, Ed, and again, happy that it was a non-issue. Anybody else in the Bay Area? We're standing by for Bay Area check-ins. There must be one or two more out there, KB6BA or somebody must have 222 in the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net 222. I don't hear anybody else. Maybe we'll slide on up to see if Ken's there tonight and recovering from the contest.
Oh, what was the deal with Russ? Is he going to have to undergo a procedure?
Yeah, they went in last week and they went in and looked at everything, and tomorrow he's going in for the first day, one day before the operation. I guess they're going to decide on the final deal. He's going to go in. They're going to go in and do the bigger operation and actually replace the output valve on his heart. Over.
Yeah, that's the aortic valve. That's what usually wears out. Okay. All right. Well, Brian, I'll be interested to see how he fares with that. It's major surgery, of course, especially if they have to go in through the chest. You know, they've got to go through the sternum and so forth. But good luck to him, and hope he comes through it okay. I'm sure he will. They're pretty good at that these days.
Yeah, I guess they're going to go in that way. I don't think they can do this through the artery that goes to your groin. That's a little delicate. There's a story about that, by the way. I'll just tell a story quickly. It doesn't exactly relate to that, but it was about a doctor who was a doctor. He was an anal doctor. He worked on just anal areas, and he got real tired of that. And he said, "I'm going to change my profession." And he says, "I've always wanted to be an automobile mechanic." So he went to school and he trained and he went in, and they finally had the final exam, and he came back for the results of the final exam, and the guy said, "Well, you did pretty good, but you took an exceedingly long time." He said, "Well, it takes a long time when you go in and do the whole engine rebuild through the tailpipe." Over.
Oh, bad habits die hard.
I hope that made sense.
226 is here.
I figured you were. Did you work, Ralph?
Yes, I did.
Okay, was John down there also working, Ralph?
I did not hear John, no.
He was going to try and work, Ralph, but he probably stood by while you did it. Okay, good. Good evening.
Which way are you pointing right now?
I'm right at the Bay Area, just finishing with the Bay Area, going toward Ken up there, N6RO.
Righto, I'll see you there.
Okay, let me see here. This should get us close. How about N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO 222 K6MYC? Ken has been a little bit off his game. He was tired yesterday. They worked the contest real hard. They came out number 1 in the U.S., by the way.
Wow, good deal. That's great. Well, he's probably collapsed.
Well, I was on the other side of the room.
Here you are. Okay, good evening. And give us the scores once again now that you had a chance to regurgitate them.
Yeah, okay. The score was just under 26 million points. But what's meaningful is the QSO total 7848. And we had a multiplier of 1551. And the big band was 20 meters with 2,400 cubes.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Did you hear that, Ken? 2,400 Qs on 20 meters alone.
Yeah. What was the total Qs altogether?
The total Qs was 7,848. And the 2,400 Qs was on 10 meters. 10 meters.
Okay. What did you do on 20?
20 was 1844.
Well, not too bad, even though you had a broken. You were down to 1 antenna out of 3. Normally, you have a stack of 3, don't you?
Well, I had. We're down to 1 now.
Yeah.
Broke another one. The rotator went the wrong direction.
Okay, boy, boy, the band is fading badly. You're just going right in the tank for me. You're down to Q5, but S1. How about you, Ken?
You're doubling. Concern in operation, but Hector's on the way. Yeah, very good. Wow, quite a deal. Well, things break, you know. You can't stop that. I guess it's just unfortunate. Yeah, it's just a little bit more breakages this weekend than normal. When you first called, when Mike first called, I was straightening out Station 2, which really got screwed up. We changed spark plugs just before the race, as they say, by swapping a radio, and connections weren't done right. So it's taken me all day to. Wow! Yeah. That can be expected when you do things at the last minute like that. Boy, you get in a hurry, you know, and you miss things. That's too bad. Well, congratulations anyway. You did a great job. Yeah, thank you. Well, I think, it doesn't affect the standing at all, but we actually, our biggest problem was power line noise. There's 4 different sources in all of the 4 important directions. Really screwed up the stateside. There's some new noise that just came on maybe a day or two before the contest, and I didn't detect it because I didn't listen on high bands, but it's there. So we got to go find it, tell PG&E where to go.
I can tell PG&E where to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, you better not. They'll cut you off altogether. Well, you know, my long-term goal is to get rid of the grid. No, that's the smart thing to do, yeah. Well, great. Well, good evening to you, and congratulations again. Great job.
You know what? Gavin Newsom has proposed, and I think it's going through the legislature right now, is a $175 a month payment, even if you're not on the grid. Everybody pays it. As a service charge or something for electric power in California, over.
Yeah, I know. They're just a bunch of robbers now, posing as a utility.
Yeah, they put it through the PUC, and the PUC okayed it. I can't believe it.
Well, the P in the PUC isn't a P anymore.
What is it?
Well, something else. It's not public, that's for sure. They don't care about us. We can't solve all the problems of the world. We'll just put up with it.
Well, that's not easy for a lot of people to say. $175 a month is a lot more than people pay now. I'm off grid, but I'm still not looking forward to paying them $175 for nothing. Over.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm on both. I've got a second. Three-phase lead to my irrigation pump is also feeding the 2 houses. So that one has been running up a lot. But that's mainly to keep the brand new vines. We put in 1,200 new grapevines, and they need a lot of water even at this time of the year.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it. Oh boy. Okay.
How's the bill on paying about?
Who's that?
Right now, because of the solar panels, give me a little bit of relief.
Okay, what I missed what was you're taking some very odd fades, Ken. I don't know whether Ken down here OIB is hearing it, but every now and then you go right into the noise and disappear for 3 or 4 words. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen on 220 here. You said something about 200. Is it $200 a month?
Yeah, that's between 120 and 200, depending on how many contests we do in the month.
Wow. Are you seeing those big fades on me? How much power are you running tonight?
Same old 150.
Oh, 150. Okay, that may be the difference. Yeah, you're just going right into the noise. Is he doing that at your place, Ken?
Yeah, a little bit. What was that, Ken?
too extreme, Mike.
Yeah, okay.
I guess it's two way. He doesn't go away, but he does go down.
Yeah. Anyway, stand by a minute. John's in here. John, I think you're going to tell me you worked Ralph, right?
Yes, I did indeed, and thanks for Ken reminding me to go down there. And he was very strong tonight. Thanks, K6MI.
Okay, very good, John. Yeah, Ken was down there. He must have worked him before you got there.
Yeah, when he came back up and told you that he got him, that jogged my memory, and then I went down.
Okay. Well, that's good. We probably could have heard him. I just don't get down that way at 7:45. If he would do it at 7:30, I would pick him up at the beginning of the net. That's easy. But when it's halfway through the net and I'm already up into the Bay Area, I got to rotate too far to go get him and then come back up. So I'm glad you guys can pick up Ralph there. I looked for him last Friday night on 1296, but I had a problem. We had the rain, and my preamp on 1296 was doing weird things. I would turn the preamp on, and it would come on for about a second, and then it would die. I don't know whether it was dying or the relays were opening. But I could hear Ralph very weakly through the preamp, with the preamp on. But it would only last for a second, so I'd get one CW character, and then he would be gone. I tried calling him, but I don't know whatever he heard. I guess we'd have to look at his 1296 report from Friday to find out if he even heard me.
Yeah, I looked at it. Yeah, you weren't there.
No, see, he doesn't hear very well. I call him a lot. I call him on phone and CW.
Didn't hear me last Friday either.
6-0.
Okay. Thanks, Ken 73. Go get some dinner. I haven't seen Matt yet. Matt's running late tonight. He hasn't even got home yet. So I'm going to have a late dinner tonight again. I had my dinner last night at 10 o'clock. All right.
Good night, Ken, and Mike and I are going to be up your way here before too long.
Yeah, hope so. Good to hear you, as always, Ken. And I forgot what else I was going to say. Oh, a dinner. Yeah, I didn't have my Easter dinner until about 9:30 last night. I had to do all the log processing and posting on scoreboard and all that stuff.
Okay. At least you got dinner.
What's that?
At least you got dinner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had ham dinner, which is appropriate for a ham.
Okay. Well, 7-3, and we'll see you on 6 meters in a little while. K6MYC.
Roger.
Okay, let's see. I don't know. Maybe KW6 SSW is back. Are you back yet, Steve? Yes. Nothing from Steve still. Boy, he's been gone a long time.
I hope he's having fun.
Yeah. Let's try Clear Lake and see if there's anybody in Clear Lake that's copying us here. I don't know if they're working 220 these days or not. 222 Clear Lake, K6MYC, over. Hearing nothing, okay. Try the Bay Area, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, KJ6 KFB, K6MYC. How about you, Daryl? Way off frequency, Darren. Way off frequency, maybe 200-300 cycles low. Try it again. I got you logged in, of course, but we'd like to get you up on frequency. KJ6KFB, go ahead.
I think that is going to be a little bit closer. Oh, 1 moment.
You're okay now. Yeah, you're okay now, Darren.
Wasn't happy. I was pushing it with 100 watts.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Okay. Well, we got you in here. So you're getting out what? How many watts? 10 watts or so?
Somewhere around 5 to 10. At any rate, yeah, definitely under 10. And I was driving it with the 100 watts in, and I go, whoa, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. Had to go dial up the menu and turn it down.
Yeah, very strong for 8 watts. Ken, are you copying Daryl?
I just hear a word every once in a while. No good copy.
Oh, isn't that something? Now, I got good copy on him. Darren, that's KJ6KFB in West Sacramento, running about 5 or 6 watts. I don't know how much is getting up to his 222-10 easy, but it's certainly working. Again, solid, pretty solid copy, Darren. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Hopefully you didn't damage the transverter, K6MYC. Where are you? He went away. Maybe the resistor that he was heating up fell in half.
Oh, no.
Okay, KO6KD, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. What did he do? Did he run 100 watts into his transverter?
Yeah, but he was on after that, and everything sounded fine, and he was doing good, and now he isn't coming back.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess that could happen.
Now, does he have one of the Ukrainian transverters? Is that what he has?
Yeah, and I just heard him say something over on 2 meters here, so I'll have to get back to him and find out what he did. But yeah, he's got the lower cost version. I have the high price one.
Okay. Well, Ken has, I think you do, Ken. You have some of the replacement parts for the input part of that Ukrainian transverter for 220. I think you've got the new not new, but I mean the load resistors.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so it can be repaired if that's what he damaged. We've got the resistors. Ken has them in stock here in his garage. Over.
To Darren, he said, no, it's still working. You just took a big fade on him. He didn't burn it up.
I don't know about that. That was way too quick. He was very, very solid and very steady. I think something else let go. I hear you.
Yeah, Mike, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here, Bill.
Yeah, I've got about an S6 of noise, but I don't understand. You took a really big fade for us up here. Darren is still there. He did not destroy the transmitter, but the propagation just dropped out on us coming this way. Over.
Okay. Well, how come I'm copying you and you're not hearing my 900 watts? Over.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, there again, you've got to get over an S6 of noise here, too. I've got an S6 of noise. The power lines are just horribly noisy up here tonight. Very bad. I've got an S5 of noise just on 2 meters.
I'll be darned. Well, you came way up there, but you were in a fade, but you were still readable. Ken, are you copying Bill okay?
Yeah, I'm copying about 80%.
Now, Bill's doing better today. You sound a little better now. Are you feeling better? And I guess the same situation with your mother. She's not doing well, huh?
No, she's not doing good at all. And, yeah, I don't know what to really say, guys. I really don't. I don't know. I honest to God, I don't know. One of the nurses did say that she thought she was doing better today. And so now we're asking the question, okay, should she be taken off of hospice and put into maybe skilled nursing for a physical rehab for 30 days? So now we're asking that question. So it's just a convoluted mess.
Well, you're asking a question maybe before they have a chance to get an answer.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to do a reevaluation, and because the hospice will do nothing for her other than make her feel comfortable while she dies. That's the only thing they're going to do. And like the hospice nurse today said, I said, well, you've seen her. Does she look like she is on death's door? And the lady said, no. And I said, well, so what do you think? Is she dying? And she said, no. So then I said, so why is she on hospice?
Yeah, so why is she in hospice? Did you say they put her back in hospice today or yesterday?
No, she's been in hospice over the weekend. But now they're saying, well, if you take her out of hospice, then we're going to have to take away the medical bed. We'll take away the oxygen. We'll take away all the supplies and everything that we've been doing and put her back on her primary care physician and all of these horrible things. And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh. You know, so because they're not going to do, I don't, honest to goodness, Mike, it's frustrating and you know, I don't know what in the God's name to do because I'm not able to go over there and see her.
Yeah, I understand. They can't, if they take her out of hospice, they have to put her back in the hospital, right?
No, what they'll do is they'll leave her right where she's at in her assisted living facility, or then what I was going to suggest is she be transferred into skilled nursing for physical training, it's where they I can't remember the gosh darn name now, physical assistance or physical training or something or other, and to see, because unlike normal stroke victims, she's not showing any paralysis anywhere.
Yeah, you're talking about rehab.
Yeah, physical rehab. That's it. Thank you. I'm sorry. My mind has just turned into mush, even worse than it usually is.
Don't feel bad. I lose words all the time like that. All of a sudden, that key word won't come up. Over the weekend, I forgot the name of my granddaughter. I couldn't remember her name. I was thinking it was starting with a K, and I kept thinking, what K? And finally, I just relaxed, and all of a sudden it popped in, and her name is Brittany with a B. I don't know where I got the K. Anyway, it had me really tangled up for a few hours. Luckily, I didn't have to talk to her. She'd already gone home, but I was thinking about their visit and thinking how much we had fun with the kids and blah, blah, blah with the Easter egg hunts and stuff. But all of a sudden, I couldn't remember her name. Horrible. Anyway, Ken, your comments final to Bill there, if you've been copying him well enough, over.
Yeah, I'm copying, about 80%, maybe a little less. Good evening to you, Bill. Good to hear you. Yeah, signals aren't real good tonight for some reason. A lot of QSB and whatnot. So, but anyway, you take care up there, and hope you had a great Easter. We had the whole family here. It was really a fun time, and our new grandbaby was here too. That was a joy. So, we had a nice Easter. Hope you did too. At least you got some ham or something. Got something good to eat, maybe. KO6KD, WA6OIB.
Yeah, WA6OIB. Nice to hear you, Ken. Yeah, the conditions are not very well. And no, it was spend it by myself. And as I do just about every day. Every day is all by myself. I don't see anybody. If it were not for ham radio, I'd have no contact with anybody whatsoever. So it was a day here, and I never even, in fact, I didn't eat a thing, just because there was no reason to. It was just a very poor, boring day, and a lot of remorse, wishing I could be with my mother. But you know what? I'm glad you had a good good Easter, and I'm glad Mike had a good Easter, and I'm just very, very grateful that there are good friends out here that I can talk to. So anyway, I'm glad you guys are all right and had a good weekend, and I'll get out of here, move on with the net, and I'll look for you, Mike, up on 6 meters if I'm able to copy you because of the noise. WA6OIB73K6MYC in the group, KO6KD, number 776.
73, Phil. Take care. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, okay, 73, Bill, and we'll see you on 6 in a little while. We'll see you on 40 meters in the morning, over.
Roger, 40 meters, roger. I'll see you on 6 meters here in a few minutes, and I'll swing around.
Roger. Okay, let's see, who else do we have in Sacramento on 222? Anybody? Okay, it's pretty quiet. I guess we're going to go a little further north here, but I don't think there's anything else. Anybody else copying me here on 222? Bozo Net, 222, Sacramento and parts beyond. Okay, I'm going to go up to Nevada then. Here we are at Nevada. There's Nevada, N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT or KE7UQL, K6MYC. Anybody there yet?
Here is 272 KE7UQL, over.
Okay, good evening, Daniel. Good to hear you. Not a bad signal here, KE7UQL. Let's see if Ken's copying you. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, Daniel. KE7UQL, WA60IB. A little light tonight. You're about an S3, S4, so just out of the noise, but it'll pick up perhaps. KE7UQL, WA60IB.
WA60IB, we've got you, Ken. Yeah, a little bit on the light side, but it should come around. KE7UQL, over.
Okay. That's coming up for me. It's probably going down for Ken. Have you heard Larry on here yet tonight, Daniel?
All is quiet in this area, over.
Okay, well, he should be here. He did check in last night on 2 meters, but he came in very late. It was well after 9 o'clock. I thought, gee, this is strange. He's up way past his bedtime, over.
Oh, Roger, yes. A lot of snow yesterday. A lot of snow for us, over.
Yeah, I know everybody had snow. Richard reported very slushy, wet snow and ugly weather. But Larry did check in. He had pretty darn good signals on 2 meters. So he'll probably be here. But anyway, if you want to hang in here for a few minutes and Larry shows up, tell him I'll wait till about another 3 minutes, and then we'll go over to 6 meters. But we're heading your way. We'll be calling first toward you guys on 6 meters, Daniel. KE7UQL with a pause for N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Nothing heard.
Okay, am I on frequency with you tonight? You sound a little high for me, but am I okay for you, over?
Yeah, you could be 10 to 20 low, but not bad. What does it sound like to you, Kim?
Yeah, he's a little bit low.
Just a tad low, but not bad, Daniel.
Okay, I brought it up. Did this cure it, over?
Yeah, there's Daniel. I hear Daniel now. I didn't know who we were talking to before there, over.
Okay, yes. You've been telling me I've been off frequency. I might be moving in the wrong direction, over.
No, you moved it. You did it perfectly. Came right up to your normal voice quality. Go ahead, Ken.
Yep. It'll much easier to copy when you're on frequency there. Good evening to you there. Good to hear you. WA60IB.
Yes. Likewise, Ken. Good to hear you, too. It brought your signal up to an S7, over.
Yep, you popped right up, too. You're a good solid S7 that time. Nice signal.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes up and down like that. You came up here as well, so it's up for both of us at the moment, Daniel. All right, well, listen, Larry, one more call for Larry, and then we're going to switch over to 6. I suspect Richard there. Do you have 220 contact with Richard?
Negative, but Larry is calling you. Listen for him, over.
Okay, go ahead, Larry.
K6MYC, WA60IB, November 7, Whiskey Tango, 657, all over.
Roger. Very, very rapid flutter you sound like you're in a motorboat, but good copy. N7 Whiskey Tango, 657. We've got you. Let me turn it over to Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, Larry. N7WT, WA60IB. Yeah, a little light tonight, but maybe you'll pick up. You're about an S3 right now. WA60IB.
You just now picked up to 5 and 9, Ken. N7WT, over.
Yep. You did too. You popped right out of the glue there. maybe the RF here vaporized something up there. WA60IB. Good to hear you.
Rapid QSB tonight, Ken. You're starting to drop down again already. I heard Mike in there weekly, but rough thing. N7WT standing by.
And we're copying you fine, and we're going to go right over on 6. I'm pointed your way on 6 meters, over. I'm pointed right at you on 6 meters, Larry. Oh boy, he's not. That's funny. He's S6 here. Tell him we're going to 6 meters, Ken.
Yeah, N7WT, WA60IB, and K6MYC. We'll see you over on 6. We're going to switch over to IB.
Larry, they're going to 6 meters. KE7UQL 73.
You're way off frequency for me, Daniel. Maybe I'm off frequency. I don't know. I'm just having a difficult time copying it. We're real solid 5.9, and now they're down in the noise. N7WT.
Yeah, you're right back up again. We're going over to 6, Larry.
Okay, we'll see you on 6 then. N7WT, that's 3.
And let's hear your final, Daniel. I think you're okay, but Larry thinks you're on frequency, but I think you're fine, over. Around here, no, you didn't go.
WA60IB, Delta Mike 06.
Hey, Ken, how are you? Well, wrong band, huh? WA6LOL.
No, I got you. Hang on a second.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. I wasn't pushing the amp. I was only putting out about 5 watts. WA6LOL, WA60IB. We're heading up to Reno right now.
Oh, I see. That's why I heard you on YouTube in the background. It's already switched over to 6 meters. There. Well, there you go. It doesn't take a lot to fool me.
What are you going to do in Reno, WA6AAJ?
Hello, Mike. No, I said we're pointing up to Reno. Mike's heading over here now too. We just finished working the guys on 220, and so we're still pointed up to Reno for 6 meters. WA60IB.
Okay, roger that. I was thinking maybe you were at Mobile for some reason. I didn't make that connect.
Yeah, you're a 5 and 9 N7WT, WA60IB.
Okay, you're solid in here. I was having difficulty with Mike. Having a little trouble with Mike over there on 220.
Yeah, well, your signal wasn't up as much as it should be. I was waiting for it to peak up there on 220, but it got up a bit, but up to S7, S8 at the most, but then went right back down again, real fast.
Yeah, it was real rapid QSB. You did the same thing. You went from S8, S9 down into the noise, and Mike did the same thing. So I just lousy conditions over there. N7WT, we'll be standing by here.
We hear you, Larry. Good signal. N7 Whiskey Tango and the group K6MYC. I've got you in here. We've got Mike in here, WA6AAJ. If you want to say hello to Larry, I'll turn it over to you, Mike. I think I heard WA6LOL and WA6OIB so far. So, Mike, pick it up if you're turned up toward Nevada. WA6AAJ, K6MYC.
Okay, roger that. N7WT. Hello, Larry. WA6AAJ. You're about a Q5, over.
Yeah, you're Q5. You're S3 Q5. Good signal. Just not real strong tonight. I guess band conditions. By the way, Mike, Richard is not here tonight. He's got his astronomy meeting. This is the first Monday of the month. So no KD6BQ tonight. N7WT.
Yeah, Roger. Now I remember he has his astronomy meeting the first Monday of every month, so I forgot about that. Okay, no problem. But we got you in here in good shape. If there's anybody else that wants to say hello to Larry, let's see if Rob is here. Rob, are you here?
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I was talking to Dave before you came on. How you doing, Larry? You're sounding good. N7WT, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over.
Good signal here, Rob. Also, you're 5354, but just solid Q5. Copy, over.
Roger, you came up a bit. You're good, solid Q4 there, over.
Okay. Anyway, you guys have a good time there. Back to you, Mike, over.
Okay, very good, Larry. Thank you, 7-3, and we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, on 1296. Hopefully, we have better conditions than we've had. It should be starting to stabilize here, so we'll try to be there at right around 8:05 to 8:10 for the peak. We'll try very hard to get there at the right time. We have been, but the conditions have been just crappy. Well, let's hope for a better night tomorrow night on 1296, Larry. 7-3. N7, Whiskey Tango, and the group, K6MYC. What about Dale? Is he in here on 6 tonight?
I haven't heard him. Let me see. Dale, are you in there? Negative. He's not in here, but we did get the tower over to his house, and so he's got to get the tower up in the air, and then there'll be a little more altitude eventually. Anyway, in reference to the last time on 1296, I tried all kinds. Never did hear my CW. Oh, actually, I did too. A couple of notes went through, and you kept saying, I think it might be Richard or Larry, but he said more notes. I kept kind of sending CW, and it just the band just was not good enough to get there on CW that night. Over.
Way down, Ben. Stand by. Okay, very good. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it just hopefully it'll be better. I know Richard doesn't have 1296, so I don't know what I was thinking. I might have been thinking I was on a different band, but I know you're the only one with Daniel that can get on 1296, at least currently up there. One of these days we'll see Richard up there, no doubt. All right, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for the 6-meter contact. There may be one other here. We did have a local check-in. Let me see. Ben, are you copying Larry in Nevada there, Ben, over?
No, I'm not. No one here but home.
Yeah, you're way down tonight, Ben. You're either pointed the wrong way or something else is wrong, because you're way below your normal signals here. But no worries. We got you. WB6GBS 7-3, Larry. Over to you, Ken and Rob. Go ahead.
7-3. Go ahead, Ken. W6OIB.
I'm here. Excuse me. I went across the room. Here. WA6OIB. I'm back.
Got to get you in before you got to quit for the WISE program. So go ahead. Take it away. KM6SR. Standing by.
Oh, I've been in here. I was in here, to talk to Larry, and you're the last of the contact. So yeah, I'm going to have to quit here in a few minutes. So anyway, good to hear you. WA6OIB.
ORJ.
Who is that? ORJ?
Roger, Roger. 6ORJ. 275. I think it's 275. Anyway. Yep, I've got a bat hitting my HF on the Jeep.
Okay, yeah, you're very light. I missed your Bozo number. Give me the Bozo number again slowly. You're just barely readable here. Over.
Okay, yeah,
275, Mike.
What is it? 75?
275.
I'm not hearing the 2 at all.
He's coming in loud here. So anyways, W6BBS relaying and checking in.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Frank. W6BBS, KM6SR.
And 12 is at the bar parking lot, getting ready to go shopping. Anyway, 7-3s, everybody. 7-3, K6ORJ.
Good morning. Good evening, Mark. WA6OIB. I put the beam over towards you, and you're wall to wall now.
Okay, guys, it's more directional. I didn't expect that at 6 meters. I thought 6 meters would be a little not as directional as 2 meters, but wow, it's really directional.
Yeah. I pointed towards Clovis. I guess you're out in Clovis shopping.
Yeah, Clovis didn't seem candy. I was getting ready to go in the store, so I've got a mat in there twice.
Oh my goodness! He hit your antenna? Well, maybe their radar is a little bit, their sonar is a little bit off tonight.
Yeah, they can't see that web. I have it out at the house sometimes. If I'm not there, they'll be flying in the air. Can't see that web.
Wow, that's interesting. You hear a little thump and a twang, I guess, after that. Anyway, Mark, it's good to hear you. Always good to hear you, of course. K6ORJ, WA6OIB with the gang.
All right, 7-3, K6ORJ. Okay, 7-3, Mark, thanks very much for checking in here on 6. Hopefully you had a good Easter there. 7-3, K6ORJ, Mobile, K6MYC. Okay, Ben, let's see if we got any better signals on you now. WB6GBS 694, I believe, K6MYC, over.
Oh, NYC, I'm good now. I'm on the right antenna. I always goof up and forget to switch. Anyway, I should be loud and clear now.
You are. I knew there was something wrong there because it was way down from normal. Good to hear you. And let me just check once. Dave, WA6LOL, you're here, right? Were you talking to LOL earlier, Rob?
Roger, I was, yep. He was definitely there. And it's good to hear Ben. He sounds like his normal self there, over.
756 for Dave.
I think he's 856, over.
Well, you better check it. My brain says neither one of those is right, but I could be wrong.
It's 856.
Okay, 856 it is. Sorry about that.
K6USY 1079.
Good evening, Aaron.
Hi, Ken.
A lot of noise in your direction for some reason.
Well, you know, we like to keep things interesting on this side of town.
Well, you certainly do that.
Okay, I got to get you with Frank. Frank, Aaron's not going to be here Thursday, so he wants to get together with you and make sure you know how to start the stream.
Okay, are you there, Aaron?
Yeah, so the issue, Frank, is I'm gone Thursday and all next week.
Okay, that's not a problem. You just got to tell me or show me what to do. And what might be best is for me to be sitting in front of that computer and watch you go through it once, over.
Exactly. The biggest issue is switching between the various different rigs for the different nets. But you know, once it's up and running, that's the easy part. But that wouldn't be a terrible idea. I'm working at home tomorrow, and I'm off work Wednesday, but I will be at home packing. So anytime in the next 2 days would be good.
I'll be down there tomorrow, so I'll tell you what, if you don't hear from me by noon, you give me a call or a text to get my attention, because I will have just spaced it out, and we will do it tomorrow, over.
Okay, roger. Yeah, and before you get a hold of me, make sure all the rigs are on, and then I can walk you through the process of connecting to all the 3 radios, because, you know, as I said, it'll be Thursday and all next week, so it's going to be every net next week that I will be in Texas.
Okay, very good. Well, you know, I don't care if you're on the road or down there in Texas. You can still, you know, hook up your laptop or get your phone out. Hi. No, I'll take care of it, Aaron. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. K6USY, W6BBS, back to net.
All righty, thanks, Frank. And back to Mike, K6USY.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we can do it tomorrow morning. Should be fine whenever. As Frank, you want to give him a call when you get here, Frank?
I'll give him a call when I'm ready, Mike.
Yeah, okay.
When I get there, I'll just go to work. You'll still be talking on the radio. I'll just climb on the tractor and get some stuff done for a while until you're clear of that room. And then after that, when I need a break, then I will we'll go in there and do that, over.
Yeah, probably about 9 o'clock or a little after. Okay, very good. All right, let's see. KC5DTU, are you here, Kerry? Kerry tonight. That's odd. AA6S. N6BYH. Who else do we have here on 6? We should hear from the Fresno area. K6MYC Bozo Net. Looking down the, well, no, I'm not. I'm still pointed toward Nevada. But I'm sure the guys in the Bay Area or in the Fresno area will hear us here. We'll stand by and then we'll start picking up Sacramento. K6MYC.
KC5DTU.
Oh, there you are. KC5DTU. Good evening, Kerry. Somebody else in there with you, but go ahead and take one, and we'll be here tomorrow and all through the week. So maybe we'll catch up with you somewhere in there. KC5DTU, K6MYC.
How was your weekend? Did everybody make it up and you guys have a good time for Easter?
Yeah, we did good.
Ah, good. Okay. All right. I'll be in contact and see hopefully up there later on in the week.
Okay, sounds good.
KC5DTU.
Somebody else checked in or said something with Kerry. Who was that? I guess it wasn't a check-in then. We're missing K6VBG. We're missing, who else are we missing?
That was me checking out, WA60IB. See you guys later.
Okay, Ken, 7-3, and good luck with your class tomorrow. We'll see you Wednesday if you can get back in here, over.
Roger.
7-3. Somebody's talking underneath there.
K6KLY.
Okay, K6KLY. I'll take it. I'm not pointed at you, Russ, but we got you loud and clear, so thanks again for checking in here. One question that Jim had, I don't know if you copied it or not, Jim W6PQL, he's got the same problem that you have with a bad heart valve on the output. And I guess they're not going to do that operation through the vein or the artery. They're going to do it through a hole in your chest. Is that right?
Roger.
Yeah, okay, that's a more messy one. Okay, well, good luck with that. And I guess the operation isn't going to be tomorrow. You're just getting to be in preliminary information tomorrow.
Roger.
Okay. Very good. Well, we got fingers crossed everything comes out smooth and the valve works and the pig's happy.
Thank you.
All righty. K6KLY 111. We got you. Okay. Let me see where the heck I'm pointed here. I'm pointed at Sacramento and looking for check-ins in Sacramento and or Redding. Now listen for Redding. Redding could give me some CW if you're copying me, Rich.
And 6RZJ 939.
939 from RZJ. Got you, Dan. Go ahead and take one.
Oh, very good, Mike. Yeah, got in here this evening, but been feeling kind of lousy the last couple of days. I don't know what's going on. Allergies and flu, who knows. Anyway, I didn't get on the last couple of days, but good to hear you on tonight and everyone else. Back to you, 6RZJ.
Okay, very good, Dan. Yeah, well, no, we missed you, but not terribly. You've only been missing that. You only missed one net, so not too bad. Good to hear you in here, and hopefully we'll have you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's the key night for us. That's the tough one, where we really have to have some help. I heard John in there also, so John, let me pick you up. KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, K6MYC, KR6MR. You are awful weak. I don't know what happened, over.
Well, awful weak. I don't know why we should be awful weak, but let's see, 330. Well, I'm a little bit high for you. Let me come down a little bit. 330. That should be awful close right there. If it's down, it's just the band, over. KR6MR. Did I lose you altogether?
I did not copy any of that, Mike. Did not copy any. Check your beam heading. Check your beam heading. You are much stronger when you are working Nevada. Over.
Well, that's just the band conditions. I'm pointing even more toward Nevada than normal, and the signals are very diffused. There's not a distinct peak on your signals. Everything's all spread out. Over.
Roger, copy that. Spread out all over. Well, maybe something will clear up later tonight. I'll let you go, KR6MR.
Okay, KR6MR, we're copying you solid, so I don't know what's wrong with my 1500 watts. It must not be getting to your 1500 watts. Over.
Well, you just came up. I can understand you now. Go ahead.
Well, that's the band. See, I didn't do anything.
Well, I guess the band is confusing. Over.
Yeah, the band's been doing that. It did the same thing on 220. I was watching signals go up and down 20 dB within 3 or 4 seconds, so... it's a turbulent tropo. Over.
No. It's April Fool's Day. Remember that. Today is April Fool's Day. Over.
Oh, okay. That's why I was hearing that Alaskan station over the top of you, wasn't it?
Comment.
Roger.
Okay. Go ahead and comment.
Yeah, just to let you know, Mike, it's very interesting because when you're hearing John well, I can't hardly hear him at all. And then when you say you can't hear him, he's S9 here. So it's like it goes up for you and down for me at the same time right now. Good evening, John. KR6MR, W6BBS.
Hey, Frank, W6BBS, KM6SR. Welcome to my world. The same thing happens between me and Mike. Over.
Roger.
And Russ and John isn't hearing either one of you. John is not hearing well. I heard every word from John since he started here. It's just up and down. KR6MR, you had W6BBS and KM6SRR give you a call. Over.
I'll be standing by and listening for his call. Over.
He's listening now, guys. Try it again.
Go ahead, Frank.
I'm not running the amp, and it's too long to warm up. Just skip me. Over.
Okay. KR6MR. KR6MR. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, DMO 7, Delta Mike 07. Over.
Over, John.
I very faintly heard SRR once, and nothing else. Over.
Yeah, BBS doesn't have his amp warmed up. He's not going to fuss with you. But that was SRR with the kilowatt.
I did not hear him, and I did not hear Frank. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, Frank's only running 100 watts, and I hear Darren, KJ6 KFB. We got you, Darren.
Yeah, rough copy here on 6 meters as well, but figured at least I'd come back and say hello. KJ6, KFB, carry on.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to light up the 3CX 10,000 for you guys with no ears. I can't believe it. I'm running every bit of 1,500 here. Over.
USL 1,500. I give my, 100 watt out of the radio here. What can I say? I've got an about an S7, 7.5 of noise, and you're just barely making it over.
Yeah, well, that's, when you have S7 noise, that's the problem. I can't do anything about your noise. You've got to solve your noise problem. Over.
No, I need to just shut down the power grid here in Sacramento. Then it'll be quiet. KFB.
Well, you might as well shut it down. They're going to charge you $175 a month whether the grid is up or not. Over.
That's about it.
You know that, of course, that's coming, unfortunately. Over.
Well, they're just giving me another reason to get the heck out of California.
Yeah, you got that right. Okay. How about Bill, KO6KD?
Yeah, right here. I just copying everybody here and standing by. And yeah, I was hearing Rob quite well and heard Frank as well. I heard both of them fairly well here. So anyway, yeah, the band is up and down quite a bit. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, John, and everybody else on the net. KO6KD number 776.
Okay. How about it, Frank? You want to say hello to Bill?
Hello, Bill. You're about an S7 here and Q5 copy. Good evening to you, and hope you're doing well there, Bill. KO6KD, W6BBS.
Yeah, W6BBS, thank you for the good signal report. You're not quite that to me. You're about an S2, but then again, I think I may, well, like Mike says, we've got a receiver issue up here, so, but still, I am hearing you, and I'm able to do your Q5, and first time making a contact with you here on 6 meters, so good evening. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow on 40 meters.
All right, we'll catch you in the morning then, Bill. Have a good evening. W6BBS, back to net.
Yeah, you running power, Bill, or just 100 watts? Bill, your power?
Oh, I'm 200 watts.
200. Okay, Frank's running 100, so that would be sort of reciprocal. So that's okay. How about you, Rob?
Yeah, I'm hearing Bill pretty good there. How you doing, Bill? KO6KD, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, DMO7, over.
KM6SRR from KO6KD. Good evening, Rob. Heard you earlier, much better. The band has taken a bit of a dip. Heard you earlier, a 5 and 9. Big signal, but the band has dropped off. But nice to hear you on 6 meters tonight. Hope you had a good Easter, and I'll say good evening, and 7-3, we'll see you the next time around. KM6SRR from KO6KD.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Bill. Yeah, it's a little bit of QRM on the band tonight. You were a lot louder earlier, too, so that's just kind of what we're dealing with. Yep, hope you're doing well. KM6SR, back to Mike.
What's the QRM area you're hearing?
Well, it's fading up and down, up and down.
Oh, that's QSB. Okay, QSB. That's fading. I hear CW. KD6SW. Go ahead. K6MYC. Go ahead, Rich. Who's the CW? CW. Go again. Over. Oh, there's CW in there. I don't know who else it would be other than Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. K6MYC. Over.
Kilo 9, Tango Alpha Zulu 1063.
1063, K9TAZ, we got you 1063. Let me get you written in here. 1063. Much better signal here on 6 meters than on 2 meters, but we have you on 2 meters. It's just inconsistent. It's up and down. K9 Tango Alpha Zulu, good evening. I can't remember the name. Is it Jack? Is that right? K6MYC. Rob, you got to pick it up. I got a phone call. I'll be back in a minute.
Roger, I'm not hearing him too good. Let me find him on the list. Okay, Jack, K9TAZ, you're up in Elk Grove, QSL.
And about 150
711.
Hi, John. K6MI, KM6SR. We got you, 711. Mike had a phone call to get, over.
Okay, I was wondering who was working with the K6MI, thanks.
Anybody else up in the Sacramento area for the Bozo Net? This is KM6SR, filling in for Mike for a few minutes, over. Hey, Frank, W6BBS, KM6SR. Were you hearing Jack there, K9TAZ?
Negative.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear him either. If you're hearing anybody else, go ahead with the relay. I'm open here, over.
I'm not hearing anybody, Rob.
Okay. Yep, when Mike's gone, everything dies. Oh, boy. Anyway, I'll be standing by.
Hey, well, I'll check in, Rob, again. WA6LOL, way south of Sacramento area.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, I got a copy on you. I wasn't pointed at you very well, but I tuned up a little bit there. So, yep, I have you checked in from before, so we're good there, over.
Okay, well, it sounded kind of quiet, so I wanted to fill the silence there. Hello, John, down there, K6MI, WA6LOL.
Hey, John, LOL is calling you. You got a copy?
Oh, okay. Everybody's flight tonight. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hi, Dave. I hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I got my power turned down here because my ACOM amplifier is getting temperamental again. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to do something about that. Those 1000As are kind of expensive. Anyway, all right. Where'd Mike go there, Rob? WA6LOL.
Very good, thanks.
Mike said he had a phone call to get, so he told me to take over, but I can't hear half as good as he does, so I gave it a try and nobody responded, so I'm just waiting for Mike. I appreciate you filling the airwaves there, over.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd fill the silence for you.
Hey, Dave, are you hearing anybody up there your way that wants to check in?
I'll check. Usually I don't hear much that you guys don't hear. Anybody want to check into the Bozo Net there, WA6LOL? I don't hear anybody. I'm aimed south anyway, so I'm probably not getting up north very well. So anyway, well, I guess we'll deal with the silence here until Mike gets back with his antenna farm on top of the mountain.
All right, very good. Well, I appreciate you checking there, Dave. We're just trying to help out here a little bit. This is W6BBS Relay for Net Control looking for check-ins to the 6-meter Bozo Net. Anybody hearing me in any direction want to check in, come now. I just hear the echoes of my own thoughts, Rob.
Roger, Roger. Yep, same goes with me. Anybody hearing my signal for the 6-meter Bozo Net, go ahead and check in there. It doesn't matter what direction there. Over, over.
Shall we try the Bay Area?
Yeah, you get a lot better out of there, but I'll go down there with you. I'm kind of blocked with a little bit of dirt in the way. You want to pick up N6RO on the way down, over?
Yeah, okay, I'll give that a shot. Already kind of passed him. N6RO, W6BBS for the Bozo Net, over. N6RO or anybody else hearing me, looking for check-ins into the Bozo Net. This is W6BBS, Relay for Net Control.
Kilo 6 Echo, Radio Fox. Kilo 6 Echo, Radio Fox.
K6ERF, what's your Bozo number?
199.
Okay.
Very good. We got you checked in. Mike took a phone call, and so Rob is actually playing net control, but he can't hear too much, and neither can I, so we're just trying to help each other out. Any traffic tonight, over?
I'm back. I hear you, Russ, K6ERF 199. We got you.
Yeah, real good. I tried to get in last week, but no one heard me. At least I hear you most of the time here now.
Okay, I'm not sure who passed. I did have a phone call I just had to take, and I couldn't shortcut it, so we're back now. But so you can fill me in on who you checked in there, Frank. Anyway, good to hear you, Russ. Thanks very much. And has your household returned to normal?
I don't think that'll be for a while yet. Things are improving, but it's an uphill thing, you know. Talk more about it later. Take care.
Okay, 7-3, Russ, and thank you, Frank. W6BBS to take it. K6MYC.
Yeah, and I'll just say hi and pass it over to Rob. He was actually running it, and I just was doing that little bit right there at the list, so he's got everybody. There was only a couple of guys. So go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Mike, we got you got Jack, and then I picked up John, K6MI 711, and I think that's all. Over.
Okay, N6RO should be in there.
He didn't answer.
Yeah, I'm pointing his direction now. Ken, N6RO, are you on tonight for the 6-meter Bozo Net, or you have a Zoom meeting? Over.
Yeah, maybe he's having dinner. N6 Radio, Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC, any copy? Well, we'll catch him. He'll check in a few minutes. He's eating dinner right now. So let me get, you said John checked in and TA said, of course I had, over.
Roger. Yeah, I bet Ken now is probably, he doesn't have control of a 6-meter antenna until a little bit later on in the evening. The guys, they're doing something always, over.
Yeah, but I can hear him no matter what he checks into. Anyway, okay. Well, let's see. I'm pointed over that way now. So you got everybody. We never did hear any more CW, right? You heard. You didn't hear the CW from Redding, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm going to write Rich in there, and then I'll ask him tomorrow or on Wednesday if he was really in there, because I swear it was good CW, and he was plenty strong, but it might have faded as it has been doing very quickly, and he lost me or I lost him on the return, over.
Okay, roger on that.
That's KD6 SW, KD6 Shopping Wet, 145.
Roger, I've already got him on my log.
All righty, and I'm in the Clear Lake area, more or less. Clear Lake. Anybody up in Clear Lake this evening and 1 PPP or KA6OSX or KC6RCM? Anybody up there on 6 tonight? Okay, dead quiet.
Off the backside, WA6LIE.
Oh, okay. Well, we're coming your way, but we must have a funny path. You're doing very well from the home QTH. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, cop that, Mike. Yeah, I heard you on a little break there. Anyhow, I was just getting ready to hit the sack here. And want to jump in before you work your way around my way.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're getting your way, but we are late. Although it's not too bad. Just coming up on 9 o'clock, not too late. Didn't know you went to bed early.
Yeah, I gotta wake up at 4:30 every morning, Mike.
Oh, bummer. Where do you work?
I work over in San City. It's only about a half an hour away, but I had to wake up, go in early, so I miss all the commute traffic. So I miss commute traffic going in. I miss commute traffic coming back.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, you're doing fine over here. Good signal, and I'm pointed right toward Oakley and that area for right now. I'm toward the north part of the Bay Area, but we must have a secondary peak on you or a bounce or something. Of course, when you're at the home QTH, you have a much better signal over this way. Over.
Well, I'm at the home QTH right now, and they're using the beam, so I don't know.
That's what I said. When you are at the home QTH, you always have a much stronger signal over here. Over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm here. All right, well, I'll let you continue on. Sorry to break it all up, but I just getting ready to hit the sack here. Like I said, I got to wake up early in the morning. So, 7-3, Mike, have a good evening. Hope you had a very happy Easter and been dead on 6, just local stuff, and that's about it. Although, day before yesterday, New Caledonia, but you know how that goes. Nobody works in.
Yeah. Well, I heard lots of loud signals on 10 today. At the, what was it, 6:37, something like that?
No, I wasn't listening then.
Oh, yeah, big, strong stuff coming in, and I could hear it watching TV in the other room, and I was hearing that screaming noise coming out of the receiver here. So, it was open somewhere.
Yeah, I wasn't listening at the time, so yeah, it was open somewhere. Hopefully somebody made some contacts. All right, Mike, let's go, and we always keep listening on 60 meters during the day when I'm away from work. You never know about the magic band. WA6LIE.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Thanks for checking in there. WA6LIE 618 K6MYC, now moving a little further into the Bay Area here.
Howdy, hi, W6PQL.
Yeah, booming signal, W6PQL, 1296. Go ahead, Jim.
No, Steve, I don't think he'll be there tomorrow either. He said something about going on vacation, so he's probably away. The other thing is I wanted to ask you, where did you hear about this $175 PG&E rate hike, base rate? Right now I'm paying $11.28. It's been proposed to go to about $25 in my income class, which is not horrible, but nowhere near $175. There's been a lot of things floated, like a base rate based on your income and that sort of thing, but all of them have met a lot of howling resistance from the public and are not very likely to be implemented. A lot of this is trial balloons that they're floating out, and the news media is very, very quick to jump on that and create a real firestorm. But anyway, tell me what you know. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay. Well, this was a rate hike that was inclusive for everyone, whether you're on the grid or not. It's an everybody excise tax, or whatever you want to call it. It's $175 a month for everybody. It's been passed and okayed by the PUC. Gavin Newsom is okay with it and was ready to sign the bill as soon as it processes through the legislature and everybody's on board with it. So it looks like it's going to become for sure. And everybody I've talked to knows about it already, so I'm surprised you haven't heard. Over.
Well, I check the news on a regular basis, and I've seen a lot of proposals going out, but nothing like that one. I would be suspect about that kind of news. With the advent of the internet and everything, we've been suffering through this for 20 years or so. There's an awful lot of unreliable information out there, so I wouldn't put too much stock on it unless you've got a notice from PG&E itself that says they're going to raise your rates. I don't think you should pay much attention to it, Mike.
I think you better pay attention to it. It's real. I've heard it on my news here. It's on 2 different broadcasts. It's been on TV. It's been on the radio here locally. So they're not treating it as if it's false. Over. I can't believe you haven't heard about it.
Well, you faded out there, but I got the can't believe part. No, I haven't heard about that one unless it just came out today. I haven't heard about it. I've been following this stuff also. All right. Well, just wanted to throw in my 2 cents worth there. That would be pretty idiotic. That's really crazy. Do you have any threes for now? K6MYC, W6PQ.
Yeah, boy, the band just dropped out. I've got perfect copy on you, but I know you have difficulty with me because of your local noise. Where am I pointed here? I'm close to you. Let me come down just a little bit more. That should be right at you. So, but the band was nice and good, strong when you started, and then you went down, but solid copy the whole time. Yeah, it's as real as it can be, I think. It's just a matter of it may fail somewhere in the legislature, but it's been talked about since last September. This is something that's been going on since last September. I think PUC passed it last September. So it's been ongoing for some time, over.
They've withdrawn most of those proposals already, Mike.
No, not that one.
Okay. Well, hope you don't have to pay it.
Oh, I can afford it, but I know a lot of people can't, and of course it's nasty, particularly if you're off-grid and not well, I know why they're doing it, because they're trying to build up, if they can, they're trying to build the infrastructure so they can handle all the electric cars that are not going to be in California soon, over.
I don't know. There's a lot of theories about that, but right now I tend not to put much stock on anything that I hear on the internet.
It wasn't on the internet. It was on local TV and local news from the local radio stations here that are highly credible, over.
Oh, well, you know, they're not that reliable either, are they?
Yeah, boy, the band is just tanking there. Terrible conditions tonight all of a sudden at the end of the evening. Okay, we'll see who else is in the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area.
Golf Yankee, WB6GGY, Bozo 884.
Okay, fine. I got WB6GGY, and did I hear you, Dane, WB6JNP?
QSL 107.
Okay, got your 107. Okay, and WB6GGY. What the hell was your number, Phil?
884, Bozo 884, and I've been sicker than a dog, so you'll have to forgive me for not having been in the mornings. WB6GGY.
Yeah, you don't sound real good. Your nose sounds a little stuffed up. Sorry to hear that. Gee. Well, we've been in the morning times. We've been on 20 meters because it was a holiday today. Monday was a holiday in South Africa, so Billy said, why don't we just do 3 days in a row on 20? Conditions have been phenomenally good on 20 meters, so that's where we were today again. And we had a phenomenal day. We had check-ins from Namibia. We had check-ins last night from Eswatini, which is what used to be Swaziland. We had a whole bunch of Africans in there today. Durban, we had Durban in. We had a bunch of others. We had Johannesburg area in, and as well as Billy and Rolf, of course, there. So really, really spectacular conditions, and they were working. They worked Anthony in Arizona with good signals in his pukey little vertical. They heard a guy in Colorado with good signals. He was in there the whole time with big S9 signals. Bob was doing good. K7VO was rocking and socking, but we had no local communications whatsoever. I could barely hear Bob until the end. So the conditions on 20 were really, really good for DX and pretty lousy for local. But at the end, I was hearing everybody, and I could copy everybody, but I was listening to people backscatter. So that was the way it went, Phil. How long have you had this, and where did you get it, over?
I picked it up probably last week, and yeah, I've had it for about 4 days now, and I think I'm starting to get over it. And we share. I think I picked it up from my wife. We share here. Go ahead.
Oh, you share things. Okay, that's too bad. Well, everybody that I know that's had it, it's taking at least 6 to 9 days to get through it. And even then, you're not totally over it. So hopefully you're doing better than most. Most people that have this damn thing, it doesn't turn out to be COVID, and it's not RSP, and nobody knows exactly what it is, but it gets you really with the cold symptoms and the flu and the phlegm and all the rest of that for 6 to 9 days. Over.
Copy that. Okay, very good. Well, anyway, that's what happened to us. So we'll pass. We'll pass that info along. Okay, 7-3's there, Mike, and thanks for the check-in. WB6GGY.
Yeah, Roger, Phil. Very good. Well, the last guy I talked to, and I'm trying to remember who it was now, that's had it for 9 days. He finally, at the doctor's request, they just couldn't figure out what it was, so they finally just went to straight antibiotics that they gave him finally after no COVID and no RSP and nothing. So they went to antibiotics, but that was just a day before I talked to him, so he didn't know whether it was helping, but he thought it might be helping a little bit. So anyway, hopefully you won't have to go to that point. Hopefully your doctor that visits you will keep close tabs on you. Good luck, Phil, and we'll see you in the morning. If you're there, we'll be back on 40 meters again tomorrow morning. WB6GGY, K6MYC, 7-3, Phil.
7-3 there, Mike. WB6GGY, clear.
Yeah, and I'm pointed to the Bay Area, so I'm not. You're not real strong, but plenty good for me. Now, Dane, how are you doing up there? WB6JNP, go ahead. Oh, Dane was in and out. Yeah, okay. I didn't mean to ignore Dane, but I wanted to get Phil out because he's out in the distance there. All right, let's see. Who else do we have now in the Bay Area? K6MYC, Bozo Net, right into the Bay Area.
WA6AXX.
Okay. Good evening again, Ed. And had you heard anything about this $175 a month rate hike or excise tax they're going to do for power from the power company in California?
No, and I've been Googling since you brought it up. PG&E minimum 175, and there's nothing that comes up anything relating to that at all. So it does say the minimum delivery charge for accounts. Let's see, the minimum delivery charge accounts for the cost to deliver energy. It is $10.12. $10.12 for the minimum delivery charge. But maybe there's something in the works, but Google can't find it.
I'll be darned. It's funny because I've heard it in several places, and I've heard people talking about it on the air. And on the local radio station, KMJ had it on here. And anyway, we'll find out. Hopefully it's not real, and it isn't real because nobody is excited about that one. My normal delivery charge here that they're charging me just went up. It's and I have two delivery charges because I have 2 meters. It's in the mid-30s. I think it's either $32 or $34 a month now. And that's I get paid for that whether I'm running any power through their lines to me or not.
Right. Yeah, I'm not an expert on this. All I'm seeing here is $10.12 for non-care customers. And if for care customers, I guess low-income customers, it's $5.06. But that's, that could be a little bit outdated, but nevertheless, a current Google search doesn't find anything like the 175. So, okay, very good. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
That's funny. They can't even find the 33. I got 2 bills here, and I've just looked at them, and it's gone up the last 2 months. It was $26. My rate's been $22 to $26 for years. I pay that every month. I don't pay it. It just gets accrued, and then at the end of the year, I pay it as part of the true-up. But, if you multiply $22 times 12, it's a pretty sizable amount. And if you do it times 2 meters, it's double that. But now it's just gone up to 34 or 36 or something. So that's bad enough considering I'm off-grid completely here. All right. Good to hear you. Good evening. And we'll keep an ear out on that one, and hopefully it'll be a fake one. WA6AXX, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Well, the way I look at it, I'm glad we're here. We're around to pay it. There you go. WA6AXX.
Okay. I was just getting you logged in there. Anybody else in the Bay Area? We're missing JNN. I did get KLY earlier. KD6SOK, KB6BA, Alpha Bravo 6 Sugar Radio, AB6SR, KD6 Whiskey, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. How about you, Mike?
Stand by, Mike. The 864, whoever was, do it again.
Yeah, K6VBG is in there. I think K6VBG. 864, I think you said. Go ahead.
No. 864 is, the VBG is 971.
874, sorry, 874.
Is in there.
Okay, a lot of voices now. Frank, are you hearing them?
Yeah, 874, go ahead. Apparently he's not hearing me, Mike, but it was 874 that was checking in.
Okay, 874, go ahead again. Give us your call sign you got doubled up on because you're so weak and nobody's hearing you. 874, come in again, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie.
That'd be Vlad.
Doubled the whole way.
With who?
With 874.
Mike, I can't hear you at all. You were fine when you were pointing Sacramento and towards the Oakley, and then you disappeared completely when you pointed to Bay Area. You were talking to Jim, and then you disappeared completely.
I hear you, Vlad. You're a good copy here. Hey, KK6BBP, got you now.
Well, finally you showed up. You were completely gone, and the band is playing crazy today. You were super good when you pointing towards Oakley, and then I heard you talking to Jim, and then you were gone.
Yeah, well, it's just the band. When I was pointed at Jim, I was pointed kind of toward Martinez, pretty much in your direction, maybe 2 or 3 degrees off of you, but not by much. Anyway, good to hear you. And we haven't heard you for a couple of weeks, so I wasn't expecting you to be in here. You've been kind of intermittent lately, Vlad. I know you've been busy with work and all.
Yeah, good to hear you too. I had a chance over the weekend to visit one of the contest stations here. So I had some good experience.
Who did you go see?
I went to N6RO.
Oh yeah, Ken's place. Yeah, they did very well. I think they won the stateside. They had the stateside contest locked up as good as anybody. They made some incredible number of contacts on I think 2,800 contacts on 10 meters and stuff like that. So they had really good success, even though they had some trouble. They were fighting problems all weekend, weren't they?
Right, Bob, K3ST, I think, was on 10 meters. Yeah, he was punching call signs on and non-stop. I was on 15 meters with Chris with the second set of headphones, listening how he operates on 15. I tell you what, on 6 elements on 15 and a kilowatt, that's some fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no question. Well, they run, they're more than 6 elements. It's a stack of 3 of those.
Exactly. When one pointing, the old pointing slightly different, but one is fixed. The lower one is fixed on USA, and the upper 2 you can rotate wherever you want. So stack of 2 or 3, for sure, making a big difference in the kilowatt.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they did well on 15 too, but I guess the high score was on 10. Yeah, WA3AST is a super operator too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He sent me an email, and I had a chance to visit the station. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad you got over there. That's good. We're going to go up there one of these days. Ken, WA6OIB, and I are going to hop into... Ken has a... what is it? What's the car he's got? It's a Gullwing thing.
DeLorean.
Yeah, the DeLorean. DeLorean. He's got a DeLorean that he's restored, and we've been threatening to go up and see Ken, and Ken was anxious to have us come up and see the station with the DeLorean. He wants to see the DeLorean, and we want to see Ken's station. Over.
Well, that's going to work out for all of you. You get to see the DeLorean and the station.
That's for sure. And I get to ride along. I don't have to do anything. That's good. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. Sorry I couldn't hear you at first. It just wasn't there. But I bumped the antenna a little bit, and there you are. So who knows? Anyway, we had a lot of doubling there, so there may be somebody else waiting in queue here as well. For now, Vlad 73, and glad you had an enjoyable weekend there. K6BVP. 874, K6MYC.
All right, 73, Mike.
Okay, who else do we have that we may have missed in that exchange of doublings where the band was giving us trouble here? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody else hearing anybody now? We should have WB6JNN could be in here. KB6BA, WB6WNI. I guess Gary's been sick with this same thing that Phil had, cold or whatever it is. I guess there's nobody else in the Bay Area, and I guess we got to pick up Tom here. Is it after 9?
Yeah, 9:16.
Yeah, we may lose Tom here. He was supposed to check in earlier with anybody that he could hear in the Bay Area, but let me go down and see if he's still there. Yeah, the band's really weird tonight. I was clear up at 300 degrees for Vlad. That's way off where it normally would be. So the band is, and I got the same thing from WA6LIE, was clear up at 300 degrees and coming in from Monterey. So it's not me, it's just the band doing funny things. Okay, I'm now pointing into the Bay Area, and actually to Santa Cruz, or near there. KW6S, K6MYC. Are you still there, Tom? You still awake? I think we missed Tom here. Are we forgetting anybody? We haven't been south, but I don't think KB6RQU is going to check in anymore until we hear something from him some other way. Rob, over.
KB6LEE.
KB6 Lima Echo Echo. There you are, pointed right in the right direction, too, see? Good evening, Lee. Good to hear you. And I don't hear Tom, but did you hear him earlier?
Oh, yeah, he was on the 10-meter net, and I think he did check out about 9 o'clock. I think that over the weekend he had his fill of contesting. I think he had, 350-plus contacts, and I think that he had his fun over the weekend. And so by tonight, I think that he was pretty much done.
That he was suffering. He just said he was going to be off on doing some other project after 9 o'clock or something, and he wasn't sure he'd remember to come over here. But maybe the other project was laying horizontal and snoring, over.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure that was his project in mind. Maybe pouring a glass of wine and kicking back for a little while might have been. But I know he's been working on some antenna projects. He's got some trap problems, I think, with an antenna or two that he's working on. So I'm not exactly sure all of the details there, but yeah, I think that his plate is pretty full right now.
Yeah, Roger. Could you give me your Bozo number, please?
Roger, the countdown Bozo, 10, 9, 8, 1, 0, 9 or 8.
We got it. Now let's see. This is a test for Frank. Frank, are you copying anything from Lee there near Watsonville?
Yeah, I hear Lee just fine. Not real strong, but no problem. No copy at all. How copy me, Lee? This is W6BBS, Frank in Corscold.
Any copy, Lee?
I could just barely hear that there was a voice out there, but I couldn't get any intelligible copy.
Okay, what are you running for power, Lee?
I'm only running 100 watts.
Well, he's running 100 also. Do you have terrible power line noise where you are?
I've got some noise. I think I've got like an S3, S4 noise level right now, which is a little bit higher than what I'm used to, but it's not horrible.
Well, it's pretty horrible because you're not hearing other stations that are hearing you. That's a bad sign. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, normally it's not that bad, so I'll have to look into that, I guess. And I know that between, I think, me and Frank, there's 2 knife edges, a couple of hilltops that are fairly high up there, and between you and me, there's only 1 knife edge, and that's on my side of the Central Valley there. So, and that may explain some of the problems that I'm having with 432.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, how about you, Rob? Are you copying Lee?
Yeah, I'm copying just above the noise, but Q5, KV6 LEE. This is Kilo Mike 6 Sierra Romeo Romeo, DMO 7 Delta Mike 07. Over.
That's a kilowatt going at you, Lee.
Yeah, once again, I could almost hear him call my call sign, but I really couldn't understand too much of what he was saying, so it's really not a copy.
Boy. Yeah, you're going to have to clear up that noise or you're not going to have much success here on 6 meters. Most of the contacts many times are way below even moving the S meter. You're not moving my S meter, and I got perfect copy on you.
Well, okay, I don't really have a very sophisticated station here right now, so, I'm still in the building process. My 6-meter antenna is like maybe 8 feet above the ground, 10 feet above the ground, and probably pointing through my roof line, pointing at you. So, there are a lot of things that I have to work out here, and I do have some designs, but, the whole thing is a big process. It's more than just sticking the antenna up a little bit higher. It's also adding the feed line, building the feed point at the house here, and getting everything organized in the house, and all of those little tiny details that have to come together to make the whole thing work. Roger?
Yeah, well, it's working now. So you're getting out very well. You're rock solid here, absolutely armchair copy, no fading, no nothing. You're in the top 10 of signals that I hear from anywhere. Over.
Wow, I'm impressed. Well, you also have to understand my QTH. Again, I'm kind of on top of a little sand dune. It's probably 60 feet wide, but I'm probably 350 feet above the valley floor. And so with my antennas being maybe another 10 or 20 feet above, as long as they get up over the trees and stuff like that, I think that I would probably do a lot better. I'm really in a pretty good position, I think, and just have to get the antennas up maybe 30 feet.
Yeah. Well, in the long term, you probably want to put up a real tower unless there's some restriction there. You probably want to put up something that gets you up in the 60 or 70 foot bracket, and that'll also work very well for HF, and it's good for all the others as well. All right. Well, you're doing well, and so I'm sitting here with the 9 element at 100 feet, but I don't have any noise. My neighbor is not creating any solar noise tonight, which is good, so I've got absolute quiet noise. S meter 0, and I have both preamps in the radio turned on, amp 1 and amp 2, and no S meter movement. And you're running up to about S3, S4, but that's with 2 preamps turned on. Okay. I'm running about 1,500 in your direction here, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're coming in here, S7. So that's that. And as a matter of fact, when you were pointed in the Bay Area and, coming down a little bit closer to Santa Cruz and whatnot, you were definitely S9. So I think something has slacked off a little bit here during our conversation. But, yeah, for the most part, you're always obviously in here quite solidly, and you have the power and the antenna height to do it with. So, and especially the antennas. I'm running a Mox on right now, so, that's a two-element beam and not very directional and, with a good aim. So, I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. Two elements, and 6 is not a very big antenna. Obviously, on the long term, you want to put something bigger up, but it certainly gets you by, and it does have some directivity. So the Moxon has typically, if it's built right, it'll have 20 dB of front to back, and that's pretty broad. I've modeled them, built them, and it has a broad front to back that it's good for on 20 meters. It covers pretty much the whole band. So that's 1,400 to 14,350 on 6 meters. You would easily have front to back of 20 dB across all of 6 meters. So it's got some pattern. It's a pretty good little antenna, really. And gain is in the neighborhood of about 6 dBi. All right, 7-3, Lee, and good to hear you. I wish that Tom had been in here, but I got Tom logged in since he was on 10 meters earlier. He probably was going to be in here anyway, so I'll log him in. We just went too late for him. 7-3, and I think we're done for the evening, and I don't know whether I'm going to have dinner or not. I don't know if my son has come home yet from work or not. He was very late tonight. So maybe I'll get dinner, maybe I'll have to fix my own. Who knows? Hi. KB6LEE for a final K6MYC.
All right, Mike, thanks, and I'll let you figure out what you're going to do for dinner tonight. It's pretty late. I had my dinner around 6 o'clock, so yeah. That's a late dinner. Good luck, 7-3. Thanks for all of the help. KB6LEE, I'm clear.
Okay, very good, 7-3. We'll see you Wednesday, I guess.
Hey, Mike, I was hearing a little better. KB6LEE, Kilo Bravo 6, Lima Echo Echo. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over.
Any copy now only on KM6SRR?
Yeah, I almost could hear him,
I heard you, Ken.
but I couldn't get a good copy on him.
Hang on. Okay, I hear Ken in there. Stand by, Ken.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess you just have terrible noise. Rob's copying you, and he's giving you a kilowatt, over.
Yeah, no, I've got, like I said, I've got S3, S4 noise level here tonight, so it's not doing pretty well.
Okay, very good. Well, maybe when you get it up higher, that some of that noise may be coming from your own household. 7-3, take care, and I'm going to swing back up, and, well, I'll pick up Ken right where he is there. N6RO835, go ahead, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO. Okay. Not much to report beyond what we did on 222. Just nice long dinner with Pacific cod, and I had to change the towels that are sopping up the remains of the flood from the plugged up toilet. That's what I have to do as my janitor duties.
Well, you shouldn't be plugging those toilets, particularly on a contest weekend. That's not the time to do it. You can do it during the week when you got less to do.
Well, the problem was overuse of the toilet, but somebody threw something else in there besides what I'd call normal waste.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you don't have any ladies there, so no tampons went down in there, did they?
No, unless one of the guys was using it.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, I could locate
locate my snake, to solve the problem. And but 3 hours of plunger work finally got it to work. It's almost back to normal. It's showing a little bit of plug, but we'll fix it.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, good luck. I'm sorry that whatever that was, it did not want to go down. You're gonna have to advise your guys to watch the size of it, and you're gonna have to mic everything like the gorilla did before he was eating the peanuts. Over.
Roger. I'll put a video camera in there too.
Yeah, that'll go over big. All right, very good, Ken. Good to hear you. Thanks again for checking in. 7-3. I'm going to go see if I can find some dinner in there. N6 Radio Oscar. Anybody else want to say hello to Ken? Go ahead. K6MYC. All quiet.
N6RO. This is Kilo Mike 6. Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over.
M6SRR. Howdy do. You're about S6 or so.
Yep, you're coming in good there. Good to hear you there. Okay, Mike, thanks.
Yeah, good. I've got a bad line noise in the southeast direction, but you're coming over it okay. One last comment. I thought we had an air conditioning problem on the new system we put in here. Turned out it was a system problem. We're trying to heat in the house and cool in the shack, and the system won't tolerate that. So we finally found that out from the technician today. Anyway, I'll let you run, get your dinner, K6MYC and 6RO.
Okay, I guess you'll just have to load the boys up on ice cubes, huh?
Oh yeah, we got an ice maker here.
There you go. Give them backpacks full of ice cubes. There you go. All right, kids, 7-3.
Yeah.
See you on 1296 tomorrow.
Yeah, if the creek don't rise.
Yeah, that's true. Still haven't heard anything from SSW. Boy, he's on a long trip.
Yeah, must be. Hope there's no problem there.
Yeah, hope so. All right, take care. I'm out of here. Is there anybody else for anything further before we close the shop down tonight? K6MYC Bozo Net. I don't hear any fighting arguments, so I guess we're going to do that. Rob, 7-3, thanks for the help. Ken, 73, see you in Ken. Frank, we'll see you in the morning and go from there. The call I got was from Judy. She didn't get her test today. She didn't get to take her driver's test today, but she's coming down anyway, so we'll see her tomorrow. So there you go. They had one of the employees that does the driving test, didn't show up today, so they had a 2.5-hour backlog, and she just couldn't wait. Anyway, that's all I had. 7-3 all, K6MYC.
So much for government efficiency. Good night, Mike. Good night, Rob. W6BBS going.
Good night, Frank.
Night.
Good night, Frank. W6BBS, KM6SR. Mike, how many did you get tonight? Over.
112. How many did you get?
Shoot, I missed 111.
Oh, shoot. I got 30, but I think I missed a couple of lines. Maybe 28.
Yeah, I got 29 here, so I guess we're close.
Yeah, that's damn close. I think we're okay. 30 counting me, I guess. I haven't put me in there yet.
Yeah, I've got you in there, and I got myself in there, so I got 29.
Okay, I must have skipped a couple of lines here. Okay, good enough. 7-3.
7-3, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR.
Yeah, don't forget to take your calculator with you tomorrow night.
Yeah, roger on that. Thank you.
What's your calculator's name?
Mr. Texas.
Oh, Mex's TI, yeah.
Roger. That's the only one I got that's got a trigonometric functions on it. Over.
Oh, metric functions. I don't know what the hell that would be. Metric functions. Nobody does anything in metric in the States here. You're talking about pi and stuff like that, and square root and stuff?
No, trigonometric, which is cosine, sine, and tangent, that kind of junk. Over.
Okay, yeah, that's normal stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's a scientific calculator. That's a good one. All right, good luck tomorrow night. Go Tangent.
Roger, roger. Good night, Mike.
Night. Good night, Aaron.
Yeah, good night, Mike, and good night to everybody watching on YouTube, K6USY DMO6.